everyone, and welcome. It's another episode of the Truth Be Told MINUTEMAN Report. This is Robert Hensley, your Truth Be Told MINUTEMAN, coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere in North America. I like to call it the bunker. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be talking about, I've seen this popping up on social media a couple of places, and I thought, I want to look into this and see what I can find, and then I want to mention it on the show. It's I keep seeing this meme that pops up, usually on these, paranormal or ancient archaeology or ancient mystery kind of posts on Facebook and TikTok and stuff. But they're talking about something called the Benben pyramid. And there's this kind of story surrounding it that it's, puzzled scientists for years and no one can figure it out, that it's, this black pyramid shaped stone with engravings, but it's made out of, black ironstone, this hard, crazy stone that is only found in meteorites, and that it's very, very hard. It can't be cut. It can't be carved. It can't be shaped. It can't be, it's just impossible to do anything with a stone, and they can't figure out how it was cut so precisely, or they can't figure out how without lasers they were able to inscribe the Benben. And then also there's this part of the story where they say that it has a positive electromagnetic energy kind of transmitting from it, that it makes people feel instantly comfortable. And it's this, giant mystery. All right. And so if you're watching right now on YouTube, you see the picture of the Benben that they're talking about, the Benben pyramid, the black pyramid. And let's just first start by getting to the root of a lot of this, right? So Benben is literally a word for any pyramid-shaped capstone. So the very top of any pyramid, right? The very top stone, the apex of any pyramid, is a Benben, right? And the Benben, over the years, changed shape. So it went from being, sometimes they were kind of domed, rounded stones. Sometimes they were kind of pillars of stone. Even this pyramid shape kind of adjusted and became kind of a squat obelisk, and then became the tall obelisk, right? It was meant to be the apex of the stone, the first thing hit by the sun. Often these stones were gilded so that they would shine and reflect light, right? I know that there are some claims that there were Benbens that were made of quartz or covered in diamonds, although none of those have actually been found. So let's talk about the black Benben. This is actually the capstone to what is known as the Black Pyramid. And the Black Pyramid was built by King Amenemhat III, who ruled from 1860 BC to 1814 BC in what was known as the Middle Kingdom of Egypt, right? So real person, real pyramid. It's one of, I think, 5 or 6 remaining pyramids in an area called Dashur. The Black Pyramid was named because it had a dark, decaying appearance as a rubble mound, because it only exists in ruins now. Because unlike some of the other pyramids, like in Giza, the Black Pyramid and the other pyramids around Dashur were built using mud brick as their base. And because they were in this valley that was below sea level, water from the Nile, groundwater from the Nile, was basically causing them to crumble and collapse. So a lot of these pyramids just kind of fell into ruin. So this pyramid at one point did, again, had a mud brick kind of base and interior, and then was skinned in limestone. And then over the years fell into really, really bad disrepair. But when they found this black capstone, this black Benben, they again, it is very special. It is very special because it is this ginormous piece of black granite that has been expertly shaped into the apex of the pyramid, and it is inscribed on all four sides. And this particular Benben is inscribed with language that refers to King Amenemhat being, or praising the sun, praising Ra, being blessed by the sun god. But some of the inscriptions, especially the inscriptions with the god Ra, have been removed. They've been chiseled out. And they think that this happened during the time of Akhenaten. And so what it did was it cast some questions as to whether or not, because of this editing, whether or not it had actually ever really been placed at the top of the Black Pyramid, or if it had lived on the ground and had been edited before it had ever been used. So, yeah, it is not black ironstone. There is nothing about the Black Benben that is magical or have special frequencies and makes people feel any particular way. It is a piece of black granite. It's a stone that master carvers, Egyptian carvers, shaped into many different forms and easily inscribed without lasers in other places. So these really, I mean, they are very cool stories. When you're looking at that little meme and it pops up and you're reading about this, magic black Benben that, defies science. It doesn't defy science. I mean, the story does. The story defies science, but it is not a giant capstone made out of a special magical cosmic stone. Right. We do know that, Tutankhamun did have a dagger made of meteorite or meteor glass or some sort, So it's not incredibly far-fetched, but I think it's just fetched enough to get people to believe this. But it's in its own right, and it is in the museum in Cairo. The Benben, it is very striking and very beautiful and a very unique part of history, and I don't want to erase any part of that. But the story that we see kind of floating around, it's not all magic and mystica. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to dispel that because, I got looking into this and I read it and I was like, I wonder if it really does, and then what stories are surrounding it, and then. Me and my rabbit holes. I start looking, and then you find out that it's not actually any of that. So, just wanted to share that. So when you see it, temper your expectations. But yeah, so before we wrap up, let's talk about, again, our friend Daniel Morris and Spell of the Week. I'm really enjoying these. Some of them are just really kind of really cool. So, Daniel Morris is a witch practitioner, and he's kind of created these one-word incantations, these spells that to help with a range of things. And today's, I think, is really cool. It's one of my favorites. It is Lapagna, right? And so this word, it's two Latin words, lapis and magna, stone and voice together, lapagna. And This is an incantation used to get someone to stop talking. So if you aren't sure how to politely ask someone to shut up, you can close your eyes, see that person in your head with their mouth zipped shut, envision them being very quiet and subdued, and then once we have that intention, we say the word Lapagna. Lapagna. Right? We cast that spell and we get them to stop talking, to be quiet. And the best part was in Daniel's instructions is that for good results, cast while holding stone or earth. Makes sense, right? Stone, lapis, part of the holding stone or earth in your hand. But for best results, just throw the stone. Just throw the stone at the person. So if there's any question about your intention, about what you want them to do, that you want them to shut up, if you get hit in the head with a rock, that's telling you that you've overstepped your bounds a little bit. So that's the spell of the week. Give it a try if you get a chance. And as always, thank you so much for joining us today for a new episode of Truth Be Told Minuteman Report. Again, I'm Robert Hensley, your Truth Be Told Minuteman, coming to you from the bunker. And remember, there are 3 opportunities to catch new Truth Be Told content throughout the week. Always Minuteman Report on Mondays, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Bonnie Burkert on Wednesdays, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern, with Truth Be Told Transformations. That's all of your spiritual and metaphysical stuff. And then, of course, Tony Sweet with the original Truth Be Told, with all manner of paranormal content coming to you on Fridays at 6 p.m. or 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And again, we have, if you speak Spanish and would prefer your content on Espanol, you can start tuning in to La Verdad Se Habla, which is Truth Be Told in Spanish, being hosted by the Latinx music artist Metaphor. That'll be starting later this month. Oh, and before I forget, visit Parapod, Parapod, parapodfestival.com. Your friends here at Truth Be Told are working on a new paranormal conference, which is in Valencia, California, coming up March 31st and April 1st, 2023. We are celebrating everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. We're giving away awards. Our friend Linda Moulton Howe, a lot of you know her from Ancient Aliens, but she is an Emmy Award and Peabody Award winning journalist who has dedicated 40 years of her life to uncovering the mystery of animal mutilations. She's receiving our Media Legend Award. Billy Carson from Forbidden Knowledge is receiving our Pioneer Award for his work to kind of expand the paranormal genre. And, there's a film festival. We're doing documentary screenings. There's a conference, lectures, speakers, workshops. There's going to be a huge vendor marketplace. We're doing a stargazing event with Ben Hansen from Fact or Faked Paranormal Files. We're doing a tour of an alleged haunted house. All kinds of stuff. So if you're really into that, look at parapodfestival.com for this spring. Again, March 31st and April 1st in Valencia, California. Weekend passes start at $175. Totally affordable when you look at what some of these other conferences are charging for a weekend pass. So anyway, that's been the Minuteman Report. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and until next time, stay true.